Hello, everybody, and welcome to a special episode. Um, the last time I did this, it was for your co-astroneer, Dex, and I have sad news. Just over 3 hours ago, I lost my other cat, Vash. Uh, she was 17 years and 3 months old to the day, September 11, 2006, and passed this very morning at 10:40 a.m. on my lap in my own home. Um, Losing Dex was hard. Dex was similar yet different. She was going downhill, and I was, I guess, preemptive by deciding to have her euthanized. I still have some guilt, regret, which I don't know if it's justified about that. Mostly because the last hour or so of her life was absolutely terrifying because she was being transported in a car and then somewhere she had no idea where she was. Um, Vash started to decline as I am learning cats tend to very rapidly. I noticed um, Friday evening, I usually lie on the couch watching television, and she would normally come over and plop herself on my hip because I lay on my side while watching TV. She was on the recliner next to me. She made her way over to the couch, but it was a treacherous trip. But she did end up on my hip. And then that's where she stayed until I went to bed. She had not climbed onto the bed since Wednesday night. It's now a Monday. On Saturday morning, I couldn't find her anywhere. I had worried about what was going on. But I did find her only because she mewed as I went by her in the basement. She was hiding under a workbench. I took water and food down. She lapped at the water but left the food alone. And I felt absolutely terrible, but I had things I had to do Saturday. And I had to leave her. And I did. When I got back home, and it was late, she was back upstairs in front of her little water fountain, just sitting there. She pretty much would not move from that spot. I cut off the basement because I didn't want her to go down there again. And long story short, I picked her up, took her to the bed with me so that she could be with me, and she laid there on the bed for about 2 hours and then hopped off and wandered back out into the living room where her water fountain is. Yesterday, Sunday, she had not moved from out there. So she would not eat. She would only lap at water. A very close friend of mine came over. We talked about it. We, you know, tried to figure out what could be wrong, and it was just age. It was age. 17 years and 3 months is old for a cat. Um, I pretty much just spent yesterday very quiet. At around 10 o'clock at night, I took my comforter and pillows and I actually slept on the floor in the living room next to her. And as cats do, she wanted to hide. So she went behind the couch. That was at about 3:30 in the morning. I went back into my own bed because it was clear she did not want to be. She wanted to be alone. Cats, that's what they do. I woke up the next morning and she had not moved from that spot. I had to literally drag her out, and I say drag, she wasn't moving at all. She was breathing. Um, Her head moved a little bit, but she wasn't moving. This was about 9 a.m. I got her favorite blanket. I put her on her blanket, put her on my lap, and I just watched an episode of Wheel of Time. And she started having some labored breathing and then had two spasms, one of which was a very convulsive spasm. And she did soil herself. And that's when the breathing stopped. That was 10:40 a.m. today. I just sat there for another 20, 30 minutes with her just to be certain there was no breathing, and there wasn't. I then had to do something that I didn't have to deal with when I lost Dax, which was what do I do with her remains? And I found the same place that took care of Dax. Their name is Faithful Companion. And I called them, and they said, just bring her in. You don't need any type of appointment or anything. So I felt really terrible, but it was highly suggested that you put her in a plastic bag in case any other eliminations occurred later. So I put her in a trash liner. I felt absolutely terrible. And when I was looking for her Saturday morning, I actually still had the little cardboard carrier box that I brought her home in. So I put her in that, took her down to Faithful Companion. They were very, very understanding, of course. They do this, so they know what they're doing. I ended up getting the same things that I did with Dax, which was a little wooden urn, a private cremation, a paw print in the clay, and I should have that back by Wednesday. I now have. I loved Vash. I did. She was my clumsy ninja. She really was. She could appear in a puff of smoke and disappear in a puff of smoke. But she was clumsy. Uh, she was also a cuddle cat, not the type that you could pick up to cuddle. It was on her terms. So if you were on the couch, she would cuddle up next to you. If you were on the bed, she would cuddle up next to you. She was always, up until last Wednesday, always in the same room that I was in, especially after I lost Dax. Uh, she would always make certain if I was in this room where I have the computer, she would be on the windowsill over my left shoulder. If I was in the living room watching TV, she'd be either with me on the couch or over on the recliner. And of course, sleeping at night, she would be on the bed with me. I know I miss her, and it's going to be a quiet house now because I don't have any other cats. I have to decide what to do with all the cat stuff, all the toys, the litter robot, the cat tree, all of that. I don't know if I'm going to adopt another cat. I loved having Dax and Vash. I had 17 great years with them. I don't know if I could do it again. Only because I am getting older and cats do require a lot of attention. And I am getting to a point where I may not be able to give them the attention and care that they need between forgetfulness and physical ability. I don't know. And it wouldn't be one cat. It would have to be a pair. I saw what happened to Vash when she was alone. Now, if I can find a kitten that, or even an older cat that wants to be alone, maybe. But most cats want somebody else around most of the time. I just needed to record this. I needed to get it off my chest. And that's all that I guess I will say about it. I will greatly miss her. I miss Dax. I will miss Vash. It's going to be weird the next couple of weeks. Christmas is going to be very lonely. But the week or two of sorrow is a small price to pay for the 17 years of joy that they both gave me. So, I really appreciate that you sat through this. It's not easy. Death is not an easy thing to talk about. Loss in general. And I do this because it helps me just talk about it. It really does. And I hope anybody else out there that has had pets or has pets, that this loss process, you can appreciate what it is. The one thing that I don't like hearing, and I know this sounds really cold and terrible, but people without pets will say, well, I'm sure you really would have missed her. And I understand that they're not able to. They're doing their best to say it, but it's hard. I don't know what I want to hear. I don't know what I want to hear. I just really miss her, and I really hope I can get over it, which I will. I will. Anyhow, I think that's really all I'm going to say on the matter. I have things to keep me busy. I am in the show that's coming up. I actually have a rehearsal this very evening in 5 hours from now. So I will be able to have something to sort of distract me, but there will be those days I leave every morning. When I left the house, I would say, all right, be good kitties. I love you both. I'll be home this evening. I had to modify that to, all right, be a good kitty, Vash. I love you. I'll be home this evening. And now I will just have nothing to say. It will just be, there's nobody to say that to. I did record one episode of City Skylines 2 about a month ago. That's probably going to be going up tomorrow, Tuesday, if I actually get around to rendering it, because I totally forgot to render it this weekend. I was a little distracted. But I plan to keep doing stuff, and I hope that you enjoy what you see out here. But it may be impacted between this and the rehearsal. I really enjoy these games. I really enjoyed my cats. It hasn't really hit me full on yet. It's only been 4 hours, not even 4 hours, since I lost her. It's gonna hit me tonight when I am sleeping and she's not there. It's gonna hit me when I leave for work tomorrow morning, or when I get home from work tomorrow morning and she's not here. It already hit me when I got back from taking her to Faithful Companion, and I walked in and there was nobody here. So if you have lost a pet or even a loved one, you can probably almost certainly understand where this is at. Is it different when it's a pet versus a family member or a human? Everybody is different. I live alone. So my cats were my family. They really were my family. So I guess that's where I'll leave it, because now I'm just kind of rambling, and I guess I just need to end this video. But if you have gone through this, I can understand. I understood with Vash. I understood with Dex. I lost pets when I was a child, but no offense to those, no disrespect to those pets. None of them were as close to me as Dex and Vash were. So, everybody, thank you for watching. I'm sorry for being a downer video, but this won't be any other donors after this. So that's pretty much it. I just gotta end here. So thank you everybody, and I look forward to bringing back some more Cities Skylines 2, having fun with it, and maybe some Astroneer if I can get Chuck and Todd back together. So thank you everybody, and I will see you all later. Bye.